Hi everyone, we are the group 4. And in this video, we are going to present a study written by Zainab Tatli, Hava Ipek Akbulut, and Derya Altanasik, titled Changing Attitudes Towards Educational Technology Usage in Classroom Web 2.0 Tools, and we'll share our thoughts about it. Before we start, let me introduce you to the presenters, namely Karen Vallejo, Rosaline Bergano, Angela Lim, and Aino Vanessa Ontalan.
In this modern world, learners and teachers engage themselves in using technology in the field of education. At this time, teachers are required to adapt to change in the learning process and to be able to present their field of knowledge in a pedagogical way and develop easily qualified instructional materials. Instructional materials must be developed by the educators of that course for the students to avoid confusion and to learn effectively. However, studies show that most of the educators doesn't acquire any technology support to content in the lesson and not even utilize internet and computer in teaching. And because of these reasons, teachers do not use technology in education. Educators is highly recommend to attend for training and practicum to integrate effective instructional materials for the students to easily pick up the lesson. To satisfy knowledge of everyone, educators are advised to build the skill on technology. Technology Acceptance Model, or TAM, has emerged in the research environment. It includes behavioral intentions for using technology, perceived use of technology, is use of technology, and self-efficacy in technology. TAM has developed by Davis in 1989. According to Turan and Kolakoglu of 2008, TAM model have wide potential applicability. It benefits from using technologies, increased adapting and probability of acceptance and use of technology. This study investigates the effects of using Web 2.0 tools on teacher candidates' attitudes using instructional materials and technology in the classroom environment within the context of technology acceptance model. The research is mixed method in which both quantitative and qualitative data used to explain research problems. The participants of the research are 46 teacher candidates from various departments of Cardenas Technical University, Fatih Faculty of Education. The researcher used technological attitude scale which developed by Erdemir Bakirci and Eduran on 2009. Attitude scale material in classroom environment which developed by Ipek Akbuhat and Halilog Dutatli on 2013, and semi-structured interview as data collection tool.
Collection of data. The participating teacher candidates was given two 29-item 5-point Likert type technological attitude scale or task developed by Erdemir, Bakirci, and Aduran in 2009 before and after the training program. The second data collected is the attitude scale towards instructional material use in the classroom environment created by Ipek Akbulut and Halilogli Tatlu in 2013. Unlike the first data collected, this scale has 20 items and has two subdimensions, which is attitude towards material use and attitudes towards material use in classroom environment, but the items were rated on a 5-point Likert scale and administered before and after the training program like the first data. To determine the opinions of participating teacher candidates on Web 2.0 tools and instructional material development with Web 2.0 tools, a 6-item interview form was developed by two field experts. It was then administered to participants after Turkish language field experts in terms of grammar and meaning validity assessed it. Data analysis. The data obtained were analyzed with paired sample t-test in SPS 15.0, a software package used for interactive or batched statistical analysis. The statistical significance assumed was 0.01 and the qualitative data, which is the interview, was subjected to content analysis. Findings. Based on the pre-test and post-test descriptive statistics of the task that was given twice before and after the training program, the teacher candidates' average scores regarding their attitude towards technology ranges to dislike to agree, which is the mean of 2.61 to 4.50 for the pre-test, and a mean of 3.06 to 4.65, which ranges from neutral to agree for the post-test. All participants approved that technology is necessary in education. However, 6 out of 46 avowed that they might encounter some challenges when using technology in courses. Regarding the use of instructional materials in classroom environment, suppose from the task pre-test and post-test descriptive statistics, most of the negative items of the scale from the post-test changed to positive, and it is stated that the difference between the beginning and the aftermath of the training program is statistically significant. In respect to Web 2.0 tools, the teacher candidates expressed warm response to it. Wrong. They implied that the Web 2.0 tools are liked because it's easy to use, helps develop effective materials, gives rich content, and being entertaining, while the main disliked features were the complex usage and poor content. Most of the teachers recommended that nothing needs to be changed regarding the content of training program, while some stated that increasing the number of applications used in the course and reducing the intensity of course content and class size is something that can be changed.
According to the prospective teachers, the use of technology, especially Web 2.0 tools, is undeniably beneficial in the education process. As cited by the researchers, the perceived benefits and attitudes were influential on the intentions of users. The technology acceptance model that Davis developed proposes that perceived usefulness and ease of use create the cognitive response towards its use, and the positive reaction towards it builds up their affective response. These simulate the behavioral response and lead to the use of it. The behavioral intention depends on how high is the perceived ease of use. In correlation of the model to the study, Web 2.0 tools can serve as external stimuli. The usefulness and perceived ease of using Web 2.0 tools affect the cognitive response. Consequently, this will enable them to develop a positive attitude towards it, which comprises the affective response. All this will affect the behavioral response and leads to the use of technology, including Web 2.0 applications for educational purposes. Meanwhile, using the technology attitude scale, the candidate teacher respondent stated that technology in education is essential. It benefits the learning environment to the teachers. It helps prepare instructional materials, appeals to the students' attention, facilitates, ensure permanent and supporting individual learning, and increases the students' active participation in the class. The use of technology in the class also makes teaching more understandable, lasting, useful, and fun. Although this alone is not enough, since the increase in the knowledge of instructional material has a positive effect on attitude towards technology, the consent to use it practically in the classroom gives teachers confidence and allows them to adopt it as a habit. Despite the increase in the use of technology over the years, technology acceptance is still a problem in some schools. This because some institutions still cannot integrate the technology into the learning system effectively, which is greatly important for the learning process. The respondent teachers admit that they still face issues while using technology in the classroom, such as time constraints, infrastructure problems, and classroom management challenge. Moreover, as cited by the researchers from Pell Group study in 2001, the insufficient number of computers, inadequacy of teachers, and simultaneous access, difficulties in integrating technology, lack of computer-assisted training time, specialists, proper software, technical support, inadequate hardware, and insufficient time for the teacher are obstacles to integrating technology in education, which is yet to overcome.
In addition to what Ms. Untalan mentioned earlier, a study in 2009 was conducted to determine the opinions of the computer teachers and teacher candidates on the factors affecting successful technology integral classes, limited access to technology, and inadequate knowledge of teachers, which negatively influenced technology integration in schools. However, the Technology Acceptance Model, or the TAM, argues that using technology is not only based on technical and managerial characteristics, but also on personal characteristics, expectations, and perceptions of technology users, that user perception can also affect its success. When the data obtained from the attitude scale for material use in the classroom environment were examined, there was a significant difference in favor of the post-test. Before the training was given in the context of this study, teacher candidates had a high level of positive attitude using instructional materials, but they also believed that the use of a material in the classroom is a waste of time, since they know that it would distract students or restricts their imagination. But right after the training program, these negative opinions diminished significantly, and this indicates that the participant teacher candidates are more likely to use Web 2.0 tools in their future professional lives. Teacher candidates stated that they like Powtoon, Squeezemaker, Storyboard, More Than Inspiration, Quizlet, SmartDraw, and Crately applications. And the main reason that most teacher candidates like the application introduced in the training program mentioned was them being easy to use. Furthermore, in this study, the teacher candidates evaluated the content of the training program as positive, concerning that it helped them develop their imagination and gave them opportunity for application. On the other hand, some of them criticized the course content for being too intense. At this time, a growing number of 2.0 applications are continuously being developed. And in light of all these opinions, the study came up with the idea that Web 2.0 applications should be integrated into the related course contents and included in the curriculum for the first years of undergraduate study.
The world keeps moving forward and changing. The use of technological advancements may be confusing and includes challenges. However, it is undeniable that it is now a huge factor that affects teaching and learning process. As 21st century teachers, it is essential to keep up with these changes and become more innovative, which is made more accessible especially by Web 2.0 tools. As long as we utilize these tools, teaching will become more effective and efficient, which is vital in nurturing the students and the society.
I found out that in today's generation, technology becomes necessity of the most, especially this pandemic. Users of technology increase because it becomes the form of transactions worldwide, because of some limitations implemented by the government. During this pandemic, students learn with the use of technology by using applications like Google Classroom, Zoom, and when there's a confusion with the lesson, we try to watch on YouTube to gain some information about the topic. As a teacher, technology becomes their platform to share knowledge to their students by creating interactive discussion and fun games. However, technology is not privileged for everyone. That's why school institutions provide a way for students to learn by implementing televisions and radio channels and modular mode of learning for students who doesn't have any gadget to use.
While reading the article, I found out that the use of technology is imperative in the classroom given that most of the students in this generation are largely involved with it. While the cost will be astronomical, it will be more practical for long-term use. Also, the attitude of teachers is very important in accepting a different mode of learning like the one we have today due to pandemic spread worldwide. As a student and as a teacher, I want to invest more time to explore various instructional materials and technology tools to better improve my knowledge and apply it in the future, to widen my arsenal and skills when I am teaching so that the students would not be experiencing what I experience when difficulties like these technology problems arise.
From the article, I have learned new things that I say could help me cope up with real life situations. And I believe these include ways like first, as a student, I should know, I should understand, and I should value the importance of technology. May it be traditional or modern and advanced. Also, I should know the different advantages that it could bring to my learning experience. Additionally, as a teacher, I could encourage young learners and help them understand the necessity of technology use in education, especially that we are already in a generation of high technological advancements. It is wise that as a teacher, I should focus on building learners' skills in technology literacy and learning the effective utilization of current technology in teaching and learning. Through these simple ways, we could work hand in hand in providing better and eventually the best quality of learning possible without leaving anyone behind. That would be all for our group, and we hope that you have learned something from us. Thank you so much.